Welcome back, everybody. Today, we have our guest, Sean Mac. Sean, introduce yourself.
What's going on, guys? So for all of you, my real name's Sean McCarthy, but I go by Sean Mac. That's my stage name. So I'm from Long Island. I've been a Long Island local my whole life. Still live here. Graduated college 2 years ago. Pretty much started doing music right away after that. So here now, doing what I can. I've been releasing music for about a year now. So
okay, how's that journey?
12 months.
How's that journey been so far?
Awesome. Honestly, like probably the best 12 months of my life, really. It's been busy, but it's amazing. I've met so many like incredible people through just like the music network.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know, there's just an incredible community of people, of artists, not even just the music, but, the artwork, the production, the music, the video people. It's just like all a great community. So just meeting so many people this year has been incredible. I feel like I've just grown my network of friends so much.
I agree. Well, how did you get into music? How did it all start off for you?
I honestly haven't been into making music for a while. I was never really into it until I went to school. A couple of my roommates, I joined a fraternity, and a couple of guys that I got really close with produced on their own, in high school. I don't know if you're familiar with any DAWs, but they use Logic.
Logic, yep.
So they were using Logic throughout college. And when we moved out and got a senior house, we built a mini studio in our basement. And it was just kind of for shits and gigs, but we would go out at night and come home, and we would bring friends home and record stuff in the studio. Oh. And that's how I really got my foot in the water. It's just really messing around at school, just with friends. But we tried to make it somewhat of a serious environment down there.
Yeah.
So at that point I was just, jokingly rapping about all the mainstream stuff, drinking and smoking, just trying to it was all fun.
Yeah.
But when I graduated, obviously we didn't have the house anymore, and me and all my friends split up, but I was like, damn, I had fun, doing all that. So I just kept at it. I didn't have a Mac, and I wanted to use Logic. So right when I graduated, I bought a Mac, I got Logic, and I just, really put my head down right away and just started learning how to produce. And it was just it was a really good outlet for me for just everything. I was having a lot of struggles in college, and it was the first time I felt comfortable talking about it. It was just a platform and a medium that I was really comfortable with. And yeah, I just kept at it, and it's been going really, really well. I've had a great response.
So you started off with production first because you needed beats, right?
Yeah, that was the thing. So my friends were producers, and none of us were really writing songs.
Yeah.
And so they were making beats. But then I was like, hey, I want to do this and try to make my own song. So I started learning, and that's how I kind of made my first single. Is we actually had this beat club, me and my friends, or quarantine started, and every Sunday we would have a Zoom meeting and present a beat to each other that we made that week, and we would set challenges to each other. Just be oh, you have to make your own bass line, or no samples in this beat, and just kind of set these little goals. So that got me going, and then eventually I started getting better at making beats, and then just the song came together, and eventually I just decided to release it.
Wow, that sounds because just the competitive atmosphere alone just makes you want to better your own production. So do you have any prior knowledge or any knowledge on music theory, or do you know how to play an instrument or anything like that?
Honestly, not really. Everyone, I had a few classes in high school.
Yeah.
No, I never really played any instruments. I really learned a bulk of my knowledge within the last few years.
Okay. Do you because I just started playing the guitar as well, and I make beats too. So do you feel that is something that is hindering your music production process?
Absolutely. Right now already I'm realizing how important just knowing the piano is.
Yeah, right.
So important. I try to do a lot of my beats from scratch. So just knowing how notes are broken down and octaves, all that. I'm learning just that basically.
Yeah.
From the start. So knowing an instrument is huge. The chords, notes, all that. If you know the math already going into it and all that, it's huge.
Yeah. So why do you consider yourself a bipolar pop star?
I like this. I kind of came up with this name like on a whim, like a few months ago. It's kind of had a good ring to it, but it just felt like a good way to like describe the type of music I've been putting out. Just because I don't know if you've gotten to listen to all my stuff yet, but I have a very like wide range of like emotion in my music.
Yeah.
I have some songs where I'm talking about how I'm living the best life I can and I'm just going out doing whatever. And then I got some songs where I'm real depressed. I talk about, thoughts of suicide, things like that. I get really like in depth with my music and my lyrics. It's always, always try to keep it emotional.
Yeah.
And honest, but it's just a huge, broad spectrum of music.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just kind of picked that name.
So you feel,
I don't even know if it's gonna stick.
I mean, I get with what you're pushing. You're kind of just finding a good way to express that you are okay with making different types of music, not just one type of music. So don't just expect just this one sound, because you have this other side too that you want to pursue.
Yeah. So people will they'll hit me up and be like, "Hey, I love that song, but like, are you okay?" Or like all this, and then like I'll release another song and they'll be like, "Hey man, you sound like you're doing great." It's just like not like that's me like on the daily.
Yeah, that's pretty dope, because people really get to know who you are through your music. You don't always have ups, and you know what I mean, and you don't always have downs. It's up and down. Just like
I was kind of thinking about it. Like a lot of people with physical disabilities, they got to just kind of wear it like on their chest. If it's something they're really insecure about, they can't hide it. It's out there for the world. But a lot of people struggling mentally, they kind of can hide it or hide behind a curtain or something. And I just want to like no, like that's me.
Yeah, that's pretty dope, man. So what's your favorite thing about making music?
Honestly, I think it's the fact that I can like emotionally affect people. I never really knew what I wanted to like do growing up, like at all, but I just knew I wanted it to like affect people's lives and make it better. And there are like tons of ways to do that. But I didn't want to just like make a product or something. I wanted something that people can experience. And I never really knew what it was, but music just kind of like fell into my life. And there's just so many different ways that I love to create. Just, I've always drew, I like to film. I was actually like a video production major in college. So I just had all these avenues to create. I can make the music, I can make visuals, I can make the artwork. So I just loved all the control I could have over it. And the fact that I could just, directly send it to people and affect their lives. It's great.
Yeah. So what gets you in the mood to be creative? Like, what's your creative avenue? Like, what's your vice?
Honestly, I don't, it's usually just like a strong emotion or feeling that like, if I know I'm feeling really good or I'm feeling really bad, I'll kind of try to take notice of it and, jot some lines down about how I'm feeling. Even if I'm not in the mood, just like, I know that's like when I'm at my like most raw, like, self. So I kind of I'm not like one to like plan like, oh, I have 2 hours today that I'm gonna be writing music. It just kind of like, I'm always writing lyrics like throughout the day.
I can't stand people like you.
Yeah.
To be
like,
able
I'm in the car, just jotting things down. Like, it's so bad.
To be able to take like an emotion and just like when I'm feeling bad, like I want to try to express it, but I just can't. Like I always have to be happy to like make music, or it's gonna sound crappy. Yeah. I really can't explain.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like the songs I've written that I've liked most so far, like the ones I least expected, like I just write them on a whim or just are feeling really shitty, and it works out that way. I don't know.
It works like that with content too.
Yeah, for sure.
So what are your thoughts on the music climate and where it's at, and social media and TikTok and just where things are today? What are your thoughts on that?
I heard the word TikTok, but so with TikTok, my worry is it's huge. I feel like it's necessary right now, almost in music, because it's everyone's on it in all age groups. It's crazy. It's a huge platform, and it's a quick way to reach tons of people. I don't know if not a lot of people know how the algorithm works, but you don't need like much of an audience to be able to go viral on TikTok. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of songs lose their like what's the word? Like authenticity. Like like just seeing some of these kids dance to these songs that I've seen some artists put like their heart and soul into, and just
Yeah.
almost make a mockery out of it.
Yeah.
It's a little concerning. So it worries me to be on TikTok, but it's definitely important. But the music climate overall right now, there's definitely a trend of, I think, in hip hop. When I was growing up, everyone, was always, at least I listened to like Lil Wayne, Drake growing up, and they're always rapping about like, the cliche stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like now a lot of up and coming artists, especially the young kids, are really just being honest. And I think a lot of them are just talking about mental health now. And I think that is where kind of the trend is going. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel that way as well, especially about TikTok. All you literally have to have is one great idea, and you can go viral. But how? I don't know. I'm still forming an opinion about it. But my personal opinion about the music climate right now is there's so much competition. Like everyone's making music, everyone's trying to reach the same thing you're trying to reach, and you just have to find so many different ways to stand out. But
yeah, there are so many different ways. Crazy.
So what's your absolute favorite line that you've written so far, off the top of your head?
I'd say, like, I have like bars where I'll have like a good like play on words or something. I like those ones, but I'd say just like raw like lyrics. And I have the song "Better Days" where I'm just talking about just having a really shitty day and just thinking about days are gonna get better. But I have a line where I say, "I just want to generate my dreams, accelerate my means, penetrate the wrongs, exposing all the schemes." So just basically it's just a quick way to kind of explaining what I'm doing with my music. I'm just trying to like reach my goals, which is kind of like touching people's lives. This is like a way for me to do it. It's a medium and a means for me to actually do it. And like exposing all the schemes, penetrating them all. Just kind of like, I just see a lot of like bad in the world. Obviously there's tons of good, but just like, I see a lot of evil and bad and corruptness. And I just want to like, basically just take it head on. I hate when people ignore all that stuff.
Yeah.
And just let things slide. So I just like that lyric because it's a quick way just to like kind of explain what I'm doing. It's in the chorus of like a song I really like. So.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. This definitely felt like a genius interview for a sec with the words on the side.
Yeah.
What has contributed most to your success thus far?
Honestly, it's the people around me. Well, like I was talking about, just the community that I met already, but just the people that were I had from the start. I mean, my family was just such a strong support system. Like I think they believed in me before I did when I even told them I wanted to start doing music. So them like just believing in me, and I had my boys from school who were producing at the time. They had like at least 5 years experience prior to me of production and all that. So even songs that I produce. Or have help producing or whatever, my friend, Steepo, I don't know if you've seen him on my page or not, but he's like my main engineer producer. He's like my best friend, but he's like my greatest asset in music. He does everything for me. So he's like a musical genius, but I just have like an insane community around me. My whole support system's nuts.
So you said that you graduated from college. What did you get a degree in? Is it anything music related?
I ended up with telecommunications as my degree. So it's kind of a broad degree. Technically, music's in it. Okay. But it's kind of just like I think the definition is like the electronic transfer of information. Yeah. It's like telecommunications. So it's like phone, internet, music, all that. Interesting. So I did take classes on it, but nothing crazy.
So are you actively pursuing a job and doing this whenever you could find the time?
That's what I've been doing. I recently just left my job within the last month. So I'm doing it full time right now. But I had been doing it on the side. I started releasing in May of 2020. So I think I was working on my first song for like 6 months or something. It's been a long time.
Oh, wow.
But the whole first year of releasing music, I was pretty much doing it just after work. I would get home late and just spend 3 to 6 hours a night just working on music.
Yeah. So was that hard for you to manage at the time?
Yeah, it definitely was, because I'm the type of person just to get like stressed out in general. But I think music was just such a good outlet for me that even when I was out of work and I was stressed out, it was a way for me to just kind of relax. Even though I was doing a lot of work, it was something easy for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely was a lot of work.
So, your buddy, is he your main producer and engineer for like most of your projects too so far?
Yeah, the main engineer for sure. He mixes and masters every one of my tracks.
Have you had the chance to work with any other producers?
Yeah, so that's I'd say like my main like producer per se is this kid. His name's Manuel Metzger. He goes by Manic One from he's from Austria. I met him like really on when I started making music, and he just like hit me up. I think I only had like 2 singles out at the time, and he hit me up and just like said he loved my stuff, and I hit up his page, and he had like a YouTube, SoundCloud, and like he just had gems like. But he was like undiscovered, so we started working and we just clicked instantly. So we've been working together now for close to a year, and I've probably made like, I don't know, 4 or 5 songs on his beats.
Oh, wow.
And we just work really well together.
Yeah.
I think he really gets me, so that's been a great connection too.
Yeah, because I've always been like wondering, like, because I know there's so many producers who are reaching out to artists and stuff like that. So how do you usually pick your producers? Because I'm sure there's so many that are trying to work with you. Like, how do you select?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the best method, because obviously, you know, the number one thing is people just emailing, you know, beat packs. Yo, listen to this, listen to that. I get like, you know, dozens and dozens of songs a day, or beats a day, and then most of them though aren't like, I don't think they really know what type of artist I am. I think they're just mass sending out packs.
Yeah.
So a lot of them, I'll hear their songs and I'm like, oh, this, you know, obviously you don't know what type of music I'm making, but it's really just kind of, you know, going through them, picking which ones you like. You know, I think I got lucky with Manic One. We just connected really well, but you know, I haven't worked with too many producers yet. I'm still pretty picky on that end.
Yeah.
I haven't really ventured out. So, I mean, if any producers hear this, hit me up, send me beats.
Y'all heard it. So,
Yeah.
So Sean, how would you describe your sound?
I heard this term recently that I haven't heard. It was called like cloud rap, like cloud pop. And they described it as like in my bedroom, like lo-fi hip hop. It's not necessarily lo-fi, but like it's definitely like bedroom type music. Yeah. Like a lot of my songs are like you listen on your own. It's a vibe, I guess you say. But yeah, I don't know. I'd say that's a bulk of my music. I'm trying to make a little more like pop. My newest song coming out soon is a little more acoustic. It's like acoustic pop. A lot of people have been telling me that they like me like a little bit more singy than rapping. So I've been trying to do a little bit more singing in my songs. So I'm still getting a feel for it, testing the waters.
As you should be, yeah. I don't think anybody should be stuck on a sound or idea.
Exactly.
Let it evolve. So, tell me about your upcoming release. It was called Sucker, right?
Yeah, Sucker.
So this is more acoustic.
Yeah. So this song wasn't even really planned. It came like I said, I didn't really plan it out. It just came to me. This is a new producer I haven't worked with yet. His name is Shadow. I don't even know where he's from. I think he's from New York. But I found him looking up beats based off this artist 347 Aiden. I don't know if you've heard of him.
No.
But he's a young artist. He's like 17 or 18, super talented. But I was looking up beats, like type beats of his, which I don't normally do. But I found this one beat and I loved it. So I just wrote something, you know, right away. I hit up the kid that night on Instagram. I never even met him before, and then I was like, yo, could I get the stems like ASAP? Like, I just wrote the song, about to put it out. And he was like, yeah, for sure. Got me the stems the next day and just like worked out. So
wow.
I think I only wrote it like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And then just everything fell in place. I got it together real quick. And yeah, I'm really excited about it.
So what's the song? What's it about mainly? Where does it?
Yeah, so it's about,
what place does this come from?
It's about a past relationship that is like long over, but it's just like about like missing the friendship of it, you know, having a person in your life that isn't there anymore. Just kind of roots from that. It's like a fun, summery feeling song. I could definitely see you playing it like windows down, driving down the highway.
Yeah.
It's definitely a sing-along song for sure.
It's so great that you can like visualize your music and what you're doing it for.
I think that's important for people. That's important, yeah.
Especially when it comes to like making a music video, you already know.
Yeah.
So it's called Sucker though. Like SUCCKER?
Yeah, 2 C's. It's a little play on words.
Okay. Interesting. So before I play your song, just tell me, what are your short to long term goals? Right now, you got a single coming out. What's next for Sean Mac?
So short term, my number one priority right now, I think, is a music video. I'm already working on it, so that's in the works. But next is performance. I haven't had like a big performance yet because I honestly, obviously, I just started releasing last May. So we were still in like quarantine, you know, dealing with COVID this whole year. And it looks like this summer things like might be opening up a little bit. So my number one thing right now is, you know, booking a show. I'm trying to perform for anyone.
Yeah.
But I just want to, you know, get out there, see the people, show them like how excited I am about the music and see the people that are listening to my music. And I think when people see me actually performing it and see how much, you know, I care about it and I'm passionate about it, I think it's just going to only grow my audience. I'm excited. Yeah.
And now that COVID restrictions are going down and, you know, these opportunities are definitely going to come to the surface. So what artists do you look to for musical inspiration? Basically, who are your favorite artists?
Yeah. So I think the main one is Mac Miller. I mean, I've been a fan of his my whole life. I mean, rest in peace. Literally a legend. But his last album, Circles, really like that's what really got me to make music. I don't know how many times I've listened to that album, but you know, just hearing him. I mean, especially the fact that he had already passed away at the time, like it was just an amazing piece of work. The way that he was just able to express feelings that like I was feeling to a T, it was just amazing. So that album, you know, solely is one of the main reasons I started making music. It's honestly one of the main reasons I picked Sean Mac. Even though my last name is McCarthy, but you know, just having Mac in it, it's a little tip of the cap to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been a huge inspiration as far as writing and lyrics, production.
What's your favorite song from that album?
My favorite song is, I think, Woods.
Woods? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, why is that?
I don't know. I mean, I just love it.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you mine. I think I really do like Complicated for some reason, just the vibes. But
Complicated's so good, man.
I really love the instrumental on Blue World. Like ridiculous. I would try to recreate that any day of the week.
I tried to make like a Blue World type beat, just like that bouncy synth, and I had tough, but you know, I love that beat so much.
Yeah, that beat is it's so fun and it's simple too. And the fact that he could like kind of rap, sing, be melodic, it's like weird. Like from where he started to where he ended on Circles was just like two completely different Macs.
Oh yeah, it's so broad. It's such a good album.
So do you have any advice for other artists who are trying to pursue a music career?
Yeah, stay in your lane. Well, not like in a way. So yeah, just stay focused on what you're trying to achieve. A lot of people, like, you know, they get so worried about numbers and just like what people see. But there's, you know, Russ, the artist.
Yep.
He posted a quote the other day from this book. It basically was just talking about like focusing on your piece of green grass. Like people might have a green lawn, but like I think the gist of it was like people might have a greener lawn than you, but it might be AstroTurf, something like that. Or like, so you don't really know like what type of success people have unless you really know them. So I don't know, the way I took that is like, you know, I'm still growing. I still don't have a huge audience, but like I might be looking at people who have, you know, maybe like 100 followers, but if I have 10 followers that are getting way more out of the music, like I just think that's more valuable, you know, than if just 100 people playing your music at a party and dancing. I'd rather have, you know, 5 people text me and be like, hey, your music helped me get to work today. Yeah. Or, hey, I listened to this just to like get me ready for the morning. Like those are the things that like get me going. So even if I'm getting, you know, 1 stream a day, if that 1 stream a day is making that person's day better, then like I'm doing my job. So whatever you're trying to achieve with your music, you know, keep doing that. Eventually success will come. That's what I'm hoping for me. I've been seeing it slowly, but definitely surely. But don't get distracted by what other people are doing, because you don't know why they're doing it. They don't know why you're doing what you're doing, and you know you best. So just keep doing you.
Well said. All right, Sean Mac. What's your social medias for everybody?
Social media, Instagram. Follow me, Sean Mac. It's _Sean.Mac_. But that's my main platform right now. That's where I post most of my stuff. You can find me on TikTok too. Trying to go viral on there. But yeah, just keep following along. Yep. I got music videos coming out soon. I'll be posting more on YouTube. But yeah.
Sounds good. All right, Sean. It was a good interview. I'm going to go check out your song, In My Head.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Elijah.
Hey, dope interview. Have a good night.
Great to meet you, man.
And you too.
Have a good one.
All right. Are you guys ready to get this started? Just so you know, that was Sean Mac. Y'all heard the story. This is In My Head. Let's get it.
Saying shit way too often. Can't avoid these phases like word of caution. When I'm rude, wishing for a coffin. I'm always coughing, see all the options. Doing the same shit way too often. Can't avoid these phases like word of caution. When a ruder calls, I got the fruit to blossom, wishing for a coffin. Yeah, I'm always coughing, see all the options. Don't take no caution. People think they don't know a lot. Don't show a lot. Young people think I'm lazy, I lay low a lot. But I know I'm not. In my head a lot. I lay in bed a lot. Lately I've been faded, I was read a lot. Sleep can't get a lot. I'm just getting by. I'm a little high. Faces of judgings, they passing by. Thinking why do I reply? Doing the same shit way too often. Can't avoid these phases like word of caution. When a ruder calls, I got no fruit to blossom, wishing for a coffin. Yeah, I'm always coughing, see all the options. Don't take no caution. Doing the same shit way too often. Can't avoid these phases like word of caution. When I'm rude, wishing for a coffin. I'm always coughing, see all the options. People think they don't know a lot. Don't show a lot. Young people think I'm lazy, I lay low a lot. But I know I'm not. In my head a lot. I lay in bed a lot. Lately I've been faded, I was read a lot. Sleep can't get a lot.